Shalom, this is your brother Tazar Yah Amar of GMS Valdosta, Georgia, coming out with another weekly lesson, and I pray that it be edifying. But first, we want to give all praises and glorifications to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Yekakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS, Great Millstone, for teaching us the true knowledge of these scriptures. I want to say Shalom and Ahab to all the brothers and sisters that's striving and thriving in this same 100% true doctrine. Shalom. Today's lesson pretty much based upon I'm pretty much now backing on a lesson that the elder Mawatazak Bond out of I believe out of LA, and he was going in on about that perpetual hatred that Esau had for Jacob. And as he was going through the lesson, it brought back memories that I used to, when I was a young kid, a young man, I used to always wonder, why is it that, there's so much hatred towards, us as a people. It was puzzling to me, because my thought process was, okay, they had us in slavery. If anybody should be mad, it should be us. Why are they so mad and angry, with all the name calling, and all the disdain for so-called black people? And it was just puzzling to me. But now that the truth is coming out, the truth and the knowledge of the scriptures, now I understand, hey, it's all in the scriptures why they had that perpetual hate for so-called black people. And with that being said, my first scripture is going to be Genesis chapter 25, and to get straight to the point, I'm going to drop down to verse 23. And the Most High Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. This is the Most High talking to Rebekah after she was having so much trouble during her pregnancy. And she came to the Most High in prayer to try to find out why was there so much, so much turmoil, as she was carrying this, which I don't know whether she didn't know at the time that there was twin. I don't think, that's just me thinking of a man, but it was so much turmoil that she was going through. I guess they was kicking and warring in the womb as infant. So hey, that's the reason I named this lesson From the Womb to the Tomb. Pretty much they're gonna have that perpetual hatred for Jake until the day that they die. They're gonna continue to hate you even after you die. But they're gonna have that perpetual hatred to the end. It's been prophesied. Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Most High Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And these devils know that, hey, that they are the progenitor of Esau, and that, hey, we are Jacob. We are the progenitor of Jacob. They know this. Some know it, some don't. I'll put it like that. Some know it and some of them don't. Some of them don't even know why they got that hatred toward so-called black people, Israelites. You can ask one of them, say, hey, what is it about so-called black people that make you hate them so? Hey, they got to think of something. It's not just something that manifests in their mind right off the top. They got to think of a reason. They hate you and don't even know why. Hey, it's been prophesied. Just like it was prophesied that, hey, one people should be stronger than the other, and the elder should serve the younger. And with that being said, hey, Esau know that, hey, all the atrocities that he performed against us, hey, gonna come back and bite him. Yeah, he gonna have to reap what he sowed. And that's why a lot of them upset and have that perpetual hatred. They know that all the things that they have done gonna come back on them. It was once said that their biggest fear is that we're gonna do to them as they have did to us. And they have that fear. Why not? You reap what you sow. Simple as that. And with that being said, I'm going to continue to read Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Most High Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So the day gonna come where, hey, as the old folks used to say, the cream gonna rise to the top. The true rulers of this world gonna be reigning, and we're gonna be reigning in righteousness. Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she bare them. 60 years. He was 60 years old. Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Who fit that description? Who leave out of their house 2-3 o'clock in the morning, go sit up in a tree or sit up in some bushes and wait for an innocent animal to come along that they can kill? Not for food, but for sport. Matter of fact, there was a time when, hey, when Jake was the game. Well, it still is. Yeah. Still been hunted today. But they just subtle about it. They wait for the perfect opportunity, hey, to take your life. The least little situation, such as a tag light out, or you ran a stop sign, or speeding, or just riding while black, or walking while black, being in a certain neighborhood while black. just being black, just being an Israelite. That's a death sentence in itself. The next scripture is going to be the book of Psalms 137, verse 7. Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem. That's whenever the Romans ramshacked the temple and, just start slaughtering Israelites by the millions. Just total chaos. And these devils was promoting it. Esau, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Basically what they were saying, hey, ramshack it, tumble it down, burn it down to the ground. We don't care. We with you. They turned their back on their own brothers and aided the adversary, Romans, in destroying our temple and trying to destroy us as a nation, but it didn't happen. As hard as they tried. Right? We just like babies. We don't die, we multiply. And they find that out firsthand. The book of Lamentation. The book of Lamentation, chapter 4, starting at verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. And we seeing that come to the forefront, in these days and times, that, okay, the devil has been exposed for what and who we are. This skirt is being lifted up. You got these devils, you got whistleblowers that, hey, you got the devil telling on the devil exposing the devil. And it's all been prophesied that these days was going to come. That the thing that was hidden, hey, going to come to the light. That which is in the dark going to come to the light. It's coming to the light. And these devils can't stand it. Their whole stronghold in this place was lies, deceit, and secrecy. But now, hey, there's no secret. As we often bring out, hey, Toto had lifted the curtain behind the wizard. Now we know who the wizard are, and we know all about his wicked devices. And just speaking as a man, Yahweh has exposed that wizard, pulled the curtain back on that wizard, the devil, and exposed him for what he are. A lying, cheating, deceitful individual. The master of deceit, of deception. The book of Psalms, back in the book of Psalms, 109, starting at verse 1. 109, Psalms 109, starting at verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hold not that peace, O Yahweh, of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. You know, these devil got a nerve enough to, call on the Most High and try to expose us for our wrongdoing, but at the same time not acknowledging what they're doing, as if that's gonna make the Most High Yahweh by Shema Shah change their mind and accept them. No, there's no repentance for you. You're through. You're a done deal. Psalms 109, chapter 109, verse 2. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. They compassed me about also with words of hatred, and fought against me without a cause. For my love, they are my adversaries. You know, for the love that the Most High have for us, they got a problem with us. And since they can't take it up with the Most High, Yahweh by Shema Shah, they take it out on us. But you're still fighting a losing battle. Because, his elect, you're not going to be able to put your hands on them. And if you do, you're going to just make it that much worse on you if you put your hands on his elect. So it's a no-win situation. It's a lose-lose for you, no matter what you do. The book of Psalms 109, chapter 109, verse 4. For my love, they are my adversary, but I give myself unto prayer. And that's what we do. We continue to pray, without ceasing, because we know without our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shah, we'll be a lost cause. Because you devils done tried everything in the book. Everything you can imagine. You done tried to destroy us as a people, as a nation. You poison the water. You poison the food. You poison the air. You poison the people's mind. You done pull out every rabbit out the hat that you can imagine. And it's still, most of the time it backfired immediately. You even poison the medicine that's supposed to cure you. You got poison in it. You got poison in the neighborhood that you drop off. Drugs. When are you devils gonna learn that you working against the Most High, Yahweh by Shema Shah? And that no matter what you do, you're not gonna succeed. So you might as well sit your ass down somewhere. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 109, starting at verse 5. And they have rewarded me evil for good. That's what I understand about a lot of jakes. They go way out the way to kiss Esau ass, be their friends, knowing full well that this devil never gonna accept you as his equal. No matter how many times he smile in your face, rub your head, pat you on the back, and you got your head knee deep, your neck deep in his ass, he don't give a damn about you. I'm gonna say it again. No matter how much he pat you on your head, put on that painted smile, pat you in the back, shake your hand, with your head neck deep in his ass, he don't give a damn about you. He don't love you. Now, if you're in some kind of situation where he can benefit by your presence or by being in your company or whatever, of course, yeah, he'll put on that facade like he really care about you, really loves you, like he, hey, you was a good old nigga. But in his mind, the only good niggas are dead niggas. And they used to be bold about saying that. Now they just say it in their mind now. They don't just come out and say it to your face. They say it behind your back. Let that sink in for a minute. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 109, verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayers become sin. Let's speak volume right there. Look, even when you try to cry out to the Most High, right, it's a sin because of your wickedness, your deceitfulness, your corruptedness. Even your prayer is an abomination to the Most High. Like I said earlier, you're through. You might as well sit your ass down somewhere. Psalms 109, verse 8. Let his days be few, and let another take his office. And that's coming real soon. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. Haven't they took the father out of the homes? Put them in the prison system for the least little thing for decades. Charges that had he been a white man or any other nation beside a so-called black man, he'd have been home on probation or with an ankle monitor, or probably been freed with all charges dismissed. But with that perpetual hatred, you got them clowns with them black robes on that, hey, will give Jake 10 years for a dime rock. $10 years for a dime rock. But a white boy can have a half a kilo and get probation. That's that perpetual hatred. And if you think I'm lying, hey, research it for yourself. Go to the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 16. Salakia, the book of Numbers, chapter 20, I'm going to start at verse 17. This is when the children was coming up out of Egypt, and they was traveling through the land, and they were looking for safe passage to a land that the Most High had promised them, the Most High Yahweh. But in order to get there, they had to go through Edom, the land, the Edom land. And this is what this devil told them. Numbers chapter 20, verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, through that country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor the left until we have passed thy borders. Now, I'm just assuming when it said we will go by the king's highway, that was similar to what you might call a public highway. That was, lawful for anybody to pass through. But as we know right now today, you can be on a public street, but if you're in a certain neighborhood, these devils either going to confront you or they're going to call the police. And when the police show up, they're probably going to ask you about 2 questions. What you doing here? Where you going? And after that, you pretty much be finna get put in the back of a patrol car after being handcuffed. You might even get boogered up just for walking in a certain neighborhood, which goes back to that perpetual hatred. Once again, the book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, through that country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyard, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway, public street, public road. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed that borders. And listen to what the devil said. And Edom said unto him, Thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. Nothing new under the sun. They'll do it right now today. Wrong neighborhood, police call, weapon drawn, and no understanding. Even if you got hand them your ID and you live in the neighborhood, you still gonna get harassed and accosted, even with ID. Numbers chapter 20, verse 19. And the children of Israel said unto him, We will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. Jake can be in a neighborhood, and if they assume that you don't belong there, even after showing them your ID, that you, and with your address on it, that you live in this neighborhood, that you just walking, you just trying to go home, that ain't gonna be good enough. They're gonna have to provoke you into raising your voice or doing anything, so they can either charge you with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest without violence, what's the other? Obstruction of duty. Some old bullshit. They're not just gonna say, all right, sir, we just had a call, and we just had to come and check it out. Sorry for your inconvenience. So you can go on your way, sir. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience. Hell no. Not even in the movies. The book of Numbers, chapter 20, verse 20. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people. That's another thing too. When these devils roll up on you, hey, they're going to come in numbers. Nothing new under the sun. Shit. And the only thing you're doing is walking. Like I say, perhaps you head at home. Say you go through this certain neighborhood because it's a shortcut to, your neighborhood or where you live at. Shit. Next thing you know, man, you got squad cars coming at you from every angle. You got city police and you got county sheriff ready to get busy. The only thing they heard from the dispatch was a black male. That's all they need. Numbers chapter 20, verse 20. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people. They coming in numbers, y'all. And with a strong hand. Hey, with their weapons already drawn. Assault rifles, handguns, and tasers. And they ain't gonna have them for a display, as if you are like a art collection or a painting on the wall. Hey, they want to use them, and they have no problem using them on a Jake. Numbers chapter 20, verse 21. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his borders. Wherefore Israel turned it away from him. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, journeyed from Kadesh and came unto Mount Horeb. Just me once again speaking as a man. Because of this hatred, they probably had to walk, hundreds of miles out the way. Even 10, 15 miles out of the way was uncalled for. What harm was it for them to walk through the land, offering to pay for whatever damage that might arise by them coming through there? And they couldn't even walk on a public road that was access to anybody. But as I said earlier, hey, what's public for everybody else, hey, is a problem for Jake. The mere little thing can cost you your life. The simplest thing. It's like playing Russian roulette anytime you step out your door, you have a target, a bullseye on your back. And the sad part about it, a lot of jakes don't understand that. They've been intoxicated by this Babylonian wine that, hey, they're good to go. You know, they satisfied here. You know, they think that, hey, that their oppression, well, they don't even know that they're being oppressed. And that they got a target on their back. And another sad part about it, when they realize it, hey, it's going to be entirely too late. And with that being said, I'm going to close out by giving all praises and glorification to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone for teaching us the true knowledge of these scriptures. I want to say shalom and ahab to all the brothers and sisters that are striving and thriving in the same true doctrine. Shalom.